Today, we are coloring an illustration from my book, Flowers in Jars. This is the Spanish edition of it, but there's an identical one in English. This book is perfect for advanced colorists. The illustrations are quite complex, but so beautiful. And it has a little details page for each flower, and I'm picking the color out of here. I'm going with red, I've decided. So let's get right to it. First, I'm gonna start with the leaves because they're the most complex thing. I see they're the ones that have the most blank spaces. So I'm choosing my greens carefully, testing them out first in my palette, and I'm diving right into it. If you pick different shades like I'm doing here, there's no way it can come out wrong. It's just gonna look beautiful and textured. Do you have to go with the same colors I use, you ask? And the answer is no, you do not have to. You can choose whatever colors you want. LC, I want purple leaves. That's perfectly fine. You can do whatever you want. I'm also outlining each leaf with a little bit of a metallic color because I just got those colors and I really wanted to test them. And so with the outer leaves done, I'm moving on to the inner ones, the ones inside the jar. Now for these ones, I'm applying very light pressure and I'll show you why at the end of the video. Now, moving on to the outer flower, I'm applying very light pressure first with my first color because I like to do that first to get a sense of how the color is gonna look, and then I like to get in there and really make it stand out. That's what I'm doing this second time. That's the same exact color, only I'm doing a little more pressure on it, and now I'm outlining the outer part with a darker color to make it really pop and to give it some texture. Now let's move on to the inner core of the flower. I saw a picture and it looked really bright white with a little bit of orange, so that's what I'm doing because I want it to be kind of realistic. Moving on to the inner floweret, as I'll call them. Again, very light pressure, and I'll show you why later in the video. What a mystery. Now let's move on to the inner flower. This one is going to be orange, which is another one of the colors that was on the details page. Very light pressure, two different colors. Going light the first round, a little bit harder the second one. But still keeping it light pressure. And moving on to the inner core, same exact process as before, only this time I'm using red instead of orange to differentiate it. And my dog Nikki approves, so we can move on. We are moving on to the little thingies that I forgot that are on the right, the blossoms, those thingies. And done, very simple. You know, I'm just using the three primary colors I've been using so far. And now we move on to where it gets good. This is the jar. We're gonna color the inside of the jar first. And I'm using a lot of blues. First pastel blue, ever so slightly, just to give the impression that there's water inside. And then I'm using two different aqua colors to outline the jar so it looks like it's made of glass. And the rim, I'm being very delicate here. Now moving on to the cork, I'm using three colors. First a lighter one, and then a darker one, and then an even darker one to give it a more realistic appearance. And now I'm using a silver color from my new metallics collection to do the metallic part. And two more just for extra shading. And here I'm moving on to the table. That's what I interpreted it to be. Two browns, super simple, no trick to it. Here is what you've been waiting for. If you brush over the aqua color over everything inside the jar, it's gonna look even more realistic, like everything is inside the jar. That's why we didn't want to apply much pressure, because we were shading over it. Et voila! How gorgeous! Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.